welcome back to Tight Ship Mama. Today we are going to begin the second practice in my program of running a tight ship at Tight Ship Mama, and that is finances. We are going to be using this book, the Dave Ramsey Total Money Makeover, and he has something that he calls the baby steps to financial freedom. And that's what we're going to be using today. The number one cause of divorce in the United States is money. So I am passionate about marriages, and if this is something I can help you work through in your marriage, then this will make it all worth it for me. There's so many of us that are living paycheck to paycheck. And if you are just sick and tired of being sick and tired and you think we make way too much money to be this broke, then I would encourage you to listen to this and try to implement the baby steps in your own life. You really need to get your spouse on board, and we can talk about that a little bit as well. The bottom line is debt and finances hold so many of us back from living the life that God has called us to live. That's my ultimate mission with Tight Ship Mama, is I want you to be able to do what he's calling you to do. And you're never going to be completely happy if you're not doing what he's calling you to do. So I hope that is encouraging to you, and I hope that kind of gives you a little bit of a why. Good Samaritan is in the Bible because he was wealthy and he was able to do good with his money. So that's what we want. That's what you're striving for. You want to be able to be the Good Samaritan when it's your time. When you are asked to step up and give, that you will be able to do that. So that's my wish for you. And that's the goal in our family too. My husband wanted to launch his own firm. So we didn't know exactly how much that was going to take. So we thought, there is no goal financially. We just need to save as much as we possibly can, because we didn't know how much we were actually going to need in the end. So I started Googling budgeting and all that kind of stuff, and that's when I came across Dave Ramsey. And my husband got on board very quickly because he was so excited about starting this new firm that it wasn't hard to convince him to do this. And he's a great guy that always really wants the best for our family, so it wasn't too hard. And but I will tell you, in getting your spouse on board, do not do it how I did it, which was really throw all of this at him and be like, this is what we're doing, and you can't spend anything, and there's no more alcohol, and there's no more this, and forget about golfing. There's nothing. There's nothing. All the fun stops. Everything stops. Like, don't do it that way, because that's not really the right way to get your spouse on board. In hindsight, I would recommend that you get a bottle of wine if you drink, and maybe sit down and have one of those good old-fashioned talks like you did when you were dating, where you stay up all night and you talk about your hopes and your dreams. Have one of those. That's probably much more effective, because you need to have a huge why. Why do we want to do this? What's going to be the benefit in the end if we do this? Because I'm going to tell you, these baby steps are not going to be easy. They are going to test your marriage. They're going to test your willpower. They are going to test your faith. But 18 months after really, really going at this very hard, I am happy to say we are completely debt-free except for the house. We have a fully funded emergency fund, and we are back at saving for retirement and saving for the kids' college. So it's possible. You can do it, and we're just going to do, like he says, one baby step at a time. So small little chunks. That's all you're going to do, okay? So I'm going to give you a quick overview of all the baby steps, and then we're going to just focus on the first one. So the first one is save $1,000 in an emergency fund. The second baby step is to pay off all of your debt, except for your mortgage. Step number 3 is to fully fund an emergency fund that you would need 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Step number 4 is to invest 15% of your household income. Step number 5 is to save for the kids' college. baby step number 6 is to pay off your house. And baby step number 7 is to build wealth and to give generously. There's a little bit more in there, but like I said, I'm going to be doing a video for each baby step. So hang tight if you're past baby step 1, bear with me. Baby step 1, $1,000. Even $1,000 may seem overwhelming to you right now, but I want you to trust in this whole process that God is going to provide for all of your needs. Not all of your wants necessarily, but all of your needs. So that's the first thing. Just trust in him, please, with all of your might. And how you're going to come up with this $1,000. You are going to, first of all, stop all contributions to 401ks, Roth IRAs, any kind of retirement, and any kind of savings that you may be doing for your kids' college funds. Right now, you might be like, what? I thought I needed to start saving young so that compound interest would get me there. Yeah, that's ideal, but you have a mess on your hands at this point, right? If you're watching this, you have a mess. How big your mess is, I don't know. But you need to stop everything and fully focus on getting out of debt. So you will not start college back up or retirement back up until baby step number 4. So the idea is to go attack this debt as fast as you can and as hard as you can so that you can start saving again for retirement. And then you'll really be able to save even more because you won't be paying, Visa. So anyway, you're going to stop all those payments and that's going to free up hopefully some cash. The other thing you're going to do is you are going to do a budget, and this is called a zero-based budget, where you start with all of the income that you have for the month. So both, if you and your spouse both work, or just one of you works or whatever, all the sources of income you're going to list at the top of your page, okay? And then you're going to list all your bills, your mortgage, your rent or whatever, your food, we're not going to put clothing because that's not considered the 4 walls. So you're going to do, electricity, cable, cell phone, car payment, student loans, and you're only going to list the minimum payments for each thing. So if you owe $100 on your student loans and that's the minimum, you're only going to put $100, okay? So you're just looking for a budget right now that will be your bare minimum to get by, okay? And you should have every penny down to 0. And then in baby step 2, when we talk about actually paying off the debt, you're going to start seeing where the extra money is going to come. But in the first month, when you're just saving this $1,000, you are going to look for any extra money is going to go to that $1,000. So you're going to have to really start looking at where is your money going. Don't get discouraged if you take a few months to get this down. I wrote down every bill I have ever paid in my life, so I had a pretty good idea of what we spend every month, and I roughly knew what was coming up the next month, but we would always pay our credit card bill off from savings a little bit every month. So it was kind of like, it wasn't really a budget, it was kind of just like, we spent what we spent and we were able to cover it every month. So you're going to have to just really look at what your spending is and get it down to the bare minimum. And you're going to, if you're decluttering with me in the first practice, then maybe you have some things that you can sell. So try to sell whatever you can on Facebook Marketplace or have a yard sale. I'm going to do a video in the spring about how to run a successful yard sale. But you should have some things you can sell in your house. If you can sell a car or whatever is just like eating away at your budget. You might look at that budget and say, this car is killing us. And maybe that's what has to go or something. Or maybe you need to move to a cheaper place. But when you see it all written out, you're going to have an idea of where you need to cut. So sell whatever you can sell. Pick up overtime if you can pick up overtime. Maybe babysit kids if you're home. There's a million side hustles that you can do, and you can easily Google that and figure out what you could do to try to make some extra money. Okay, so your homework until we meet again is to maybe get a hold of this book, Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey, and start reading that. Perhaps listen to the podcast. You can also download his app, which is the Every Dollar app. And we really love it. It's January of 2019 was the first month that we ever did the app. So we even did all of the baby steps without ever using this app. And I wish we had started this a year ago. January was the first month since I was a kid that I did not worry about money. The app is so easy to use and so fun. And like I said, we're just using the free one. We're not even using the one that attaches to your bank account. So try to do that. The bottom line is, if you follow the principles and the practices of Tight Ship Mama, you are going to be running a home that is smooth and really live the life that God has called you to live. That is my ultimate goal for you. If you like this video and you want to follow along and learn how to run your house like a tight ship, please subscribe to Tight Ship Mama and live the life that you are called to live. None of this is ours, right? It's all ours to manage. So do a good job. And as the prophet Malachi has said, God will open the windows of heaven and shower you with an abundance of all things that are good. Thanks for watching. This is Gina from Tight Ship Mama.